Good afternoon and welcome to the Blackwater Cantina. My name is Mazz and I'm joined this week by...
I'm Robin.
And I'm Mike.
Yay! A little celebration. And this week we're
We
going
finally
to
got Mike back.
Yeah, he's back. Mike is back.
I'm back.
This week we're going to have a chat around some of the new releases that are upcoming. A little bit to talk about Lock and Load and what happened there. A bit about UK Games Expo. And we're going to dive into some of the new Fane of Nyrro releases, rules and excitement. Because I'm hyped up. I don't know about everyone else.
We're hyped up for you, buddy.
Once I've done with this, and maybe 3 more, then yeah, I'll be hyped for you.
Then you'd be hyped. All right. First of all, let's start off. Robin, what's your hobby look like this week?
My hobby mostly this week, I have been painting. Just finishing up the last bits of Drop Fleet for UK Games Expo and going up for a few demos in Southampton in June. And I finally got hold of a box of cricks, which I got given for free, so I'm really happy about that.
Ooh. Fun times.
So
Free cricks is always a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there will be a unboxing video coming soon.
Once I edit it, which will probably be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday as of this. It'll probably be out by the time this comes out because I'll just release it. I should do one for these. These are all cricks.
You should.
4 boxes of cricks that I haven't even opened yet. So
I do apologise. It was my first ever unboxing, and trying to work in the small amount of space that I have in my living room, it was an interesting time. So don't judge me too harshly.
it's not as easy as you think, is it?
Nope.
No, especially when one of your cameras only works. So it was a front-facing video during that one. Lessons were learned.
And Mike, welcome back. He's been put back together. He's been reconstructed like the $6 million man. It's the £6.50 man.
£5.
9 quid's generous, mate.
What does your hobby look like for the last, 3 months since we've seen you?
Something like that, yeah. It's mostly been, if you hadn't guessed, pigs. But pigs. I've also printed off some Convergent and Infernals, just so I've got the command starters for both.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also been painting up some Armoured Warfare for something a bit different.
I see.
Oh.
What's Armoured Warfare?
It's the new look Dystopian Wars.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, but it looks terrible.
Yeah.
Actually, what I've seen actually isn't too bad.
Bring back Dystopian Wars 1.2. It was the best. Then I could bring out my old German stuff.
They got rid of the Antarcticans, didn't they? They changed the name of it to something else.
They got rid of so much.
They've just changed the name.
Yeah.
They're the Enlightened now.
Oh, well. Either way, I sold mine years ago. Did I sell mine? They might even be up in the loft somewhere. Who knows? I either sold them or they're in the case in the loft, and I don't know where they are. But...
The loft of many things.
Mm.
I still have mine somewhere. It was a great game.
Yeah. So doing a lot of pigs, dystopian stuff, and so much D&D organization.
Herding so many cats.
Herding all the cats.
That's what you need.
Yeah. It's fun. But, oh well, we all do stuff for our hobbies.
Exactly.
Yes.
How about you, Mazz? What have you been up to?
I went to this little event at the weekend. Just a little one. And,
Just a little one.
Yeah.
I totally didn't see you all night at a stream somewhere on YouTube.
I know, I had absolutely no idea, but the Peter over at Moment of Clarity was doing all the streaming. He'd set up everything for streaming the top tables for the Iron Gauntlet qualifiers and the Iron Gauntlet event that was there. And Matt Hart and I were playing on one of the next tables over, so you get to see a lot of my back on the on the stream because
I was more thinking the Saturday, I think it was, I texted you.
yeah,
And it was during the break between like the end of the the last qualifying round and the start.
was
All
that
I
when I was
see
on
is
the
this.
narrative event?
No, this was when you were talking with someone. You had to move stuff.
Oh,
You got
He
told
was
off by
being
security at one point,
he was being asked to leave. That's what happened.
oh,
or you had some security.
they were. Oh, I know they wanted to see all the toy soldiers. The security at the
Yeah,
event. So the lady there was the main organizer who I feel really bad now that I can't remember her name. And
put you on the spot,
chap
and
was one of the security guys, and they were fascinated. They'd never seen anything like this before. And she ended up picking up some models and painting on the weekend. She picked a load of
Nice.
stuff up, and then she also figured out that the lighting in the main hall, where they had a paint table in the main hall, the lighting wasn't quite good enough. Where they were doing the painting seminars, they had a load of painting lamps set up. So she took a load of paints and went in there and painted some models. So
Nice.
Yeah, no. When I text you is when I saw you on the stream. I was like, he's not going to see it, but it's going to be funny.
No, I didn't see it until a couple of hours later. I didn't see the message, but I haven't actually seen that stream. But yes, on the Sunday, I think it was, I played a game against Matt Hart and he brought the Fortress King out. That thing is gorgeous. His paint job is amazing. And we had a lot of fun. I took my Exelon Thexus list into it. So not only am I on stream, but I'm on stream with unpainted models in my army, which is most disappointing for me. I know.
What?
There was like 6 unpainted models on the table on my side, and I was like, but
There's no 6 unpainted models he's been complaining about since the start.
I know. But yeah, no, we had a really good game. The Fortress King is great. Gumbjorn is gross with. So what do you hear? Gumbjorn, 2 units of steelbacks. The Sergeant Rattles, the pig dudes who can move the tokens, the trapdoors, then the ram head, and the journeyman, clanger, and the Fortress King, and some medics, and then
It sounds like he listened. Sounds like he listened to our video when we were talking about it.
I think, well, yeah, because then Gumbjorn's feat gives everything impervious flesh. So he then runs that forward up the table and then went, right, impervious flesh, armor 21, 24, whatever stuff, go on, deal with that. How much can you kill? So it was interesting. It made that turn very, like, Thexus is very surgical anyway in what you're going to want to remove. And
Yeah.
I just had to be really careful. And I removed more than I thought I was going to on his feat turn. I was quite impressed.
You remove a still back.
But he moved a trapdoor marker in front of Gumbjorn, right at the front of his base. And that stopped me getting 3 monstrosity charges onto him in one turn. Well, 2 charges, sorry, and 1 was going to walk over, but they were all shy by just the tiniest little bit. And I'd already put Crippling Grasp on him and everything, so I was like, I was easily going to be able to take him out. And then I was half an inch shy because of this bloody trapdoor marker in the way. So, excellent positioning from Matt, and then he trampled the Fortress King out and managed to get hold of Thexus, and then that big, huge axe has a really cool ability. So it's a power strength 21 axe, and on a critical hit, it does what's called critical wrecker, and it basically, you do a 6-inch line out from the Fortress King, and everything on that line gets hit for power 21. The only time it went off was obviously when he only had 1 model to hit, but he was trying very desperately to get that to work for the entire game. And then, he landed the hit on Thexus. So he trampled out of combat, sacrificed initials, bought the last attack, boosted to hit, and needed to kill me. I had a stack of like 6 focus. And so he needed to roll an 18 to kill me in 1 hit. Guess what he rolled?
19.
Got on 3 dice. managed to roll a 666 to just one-shot Thexus right in the head with that massive axe.
Right in the dome.
Yeah, it was fantastic. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that game. So, yeah, I had a really good time. The narrative of it was cool. Ambushing trains and all sorts of stuff going on. We had loads of tables out that had some like lovely stuff. There was like 50 odd tables, so plenty of options. Played against them, met a few nice people, went to lots of painting seminars with Spence Painting and Matt Hart as well. Chatted with Sherwin and did the State of the Iron Kingdoms. Got some nice spoilers out of stuff that's coming. So stuff that he then started panic looking around to see if China had heard that he had told someone something, even though she was in a different room. So I might have a good idea of what the Fane of Nyrro Colossal is going to look like.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Is it a giant bat?
Yes. But it's more than that. It's a giant bat with a cathedral on it.
Is it like
Okay.
this big?
No idea, but I'm looking forward to it. Beyond that, I don't know anything about it, but that's going to be cool. I had thought on the presentation it was coming out in October, but it's not. It's the super heavy 80mm that's coming out in October, which we know nothing about, so we'll see. So we'll get into some more Fane of Nyrro stuff in a minute, because we've had some rules out and I've got some toys and we're going to be playing with them soon. But the Mind Thief is coming out and rules are releasing on today as per release of this video. So they should be in the app by the time you see this, or by the time you finish watching this episode, they'll be in the app, so go check those out. We don't know what they are. They're going to be awesome, I'm sure, because it's Cephalix model and Cephalix are the best.
I was going to say he's up for physical pre-order as well.
Yes.
Tuesday.
On Tuesday. So.
But I do like the paint scheme they've given him. It looks really nice.
It does. I saw the model in the flesh at Lock and Load as well, and it is very nice.
And you didn't steal it.
And I didn't steal it.
Well done. We're proud of you.
Proud of.
I mean, it was in the same cabinet as all of the Fane of Nyrro. Just shovel them all into a case and just run out of the thing. And then promptly
These are mine.
shot. Yeah. He looks really cool. I really like the model. He looks proper creepy. He's got the like creepy hands going on. So we'll see what that looks like. Obviously, it's a Dark Operations model, so I'm going to be getting that. Although I probably need to order it along with some other stuff. So I might hold off until the next box of Fane drops and then order them at the same time as that. Or see if they can add him onto my pre-order of my bats, but we'll see. We'll see. It doesn't actually say when he's released, though, so...
No, Dave didn't say that. They just said the pre-order day was Tuesday, so...
So expect it in a month's time, really.
Yeah. I mean, originally they said he was going to release in July, so... Maybe it'd be like first week of July or something, but...
Yeah, so... And we're right at the end of May, so... Well, nearly.
Yeah. Black Fleet coming to Frontier was...
Yes, so happy.
I
Interesting.
haven't played them since second edition, so...
Yeah. It's a little bit more information that I managed to get out of this. So the Frontier is not the full army. You're going to be able to get sort of 50 to 100 points-ish out of that. And then the Tribe over the next... It was either 4 or 6 months. At the start of 2027 will be additional Black Fleet things in the Tribe. So to get everything, you need to do the Frontier and the Tribe, or the Tribe and pick the bits up, or whatever. But
yeah.
So it's in 2 parts. So we'll see how that goes.
So yeah, definitely looking forward to that, because I have a whole bunch of Black Fleet stuff that I picked up prior, literally towards the end of Mark 3, I started buying up a whole load of Crick stuff.
Yeah. I've got everything for Black Fleet, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll do some more on that as we know more. Kithgard Auxiliary Box is out, which is cool. So that's now everything but Gumbjorn and the Fortress King.
Yeah.
And then, Robin, what's this other thing that's going on?
So in just under a week's time now, UK Games Expo is going to be happening. So I'm starting to panic about that. So I am trying to figure out everything I'm going to need for that. And I'm literally just figuring out the map at the moment. So from the Steamforged Games one, I am literally 4 rows over, and 2 avenues down, or 3 avenues across, 2 rows down. So I'm actually very close to Steamforged Games. I'm literally just too long from Warhammer, so that'll be really interesting. I can't wait to go. I'll be with the TT Combat guys, and I'll be popping over to see the Steamforged games just to double check on the Warmachine stuff.
Yeah. That looks to be quite cool. So they've said they're selling some bits and pieces, but mostly they've said these are the stockists who are going to have all the Warmachine models in. So they're throwing that out to the local gaming stores.
So they've thrown that to Chaos Cards, Magic Madhouse, Cryptic Cabin, Whaling Games, and Ocean City Miniatures,
which is cool. I like that. So
which are all in different halls to me.
Cryptic Cabin and Ocean City, I believe, are in Hall 4.
Yes.
Whaling Games are in 2, Chaos Cards are in 3, and Magic Madhouse is in 3A.
Yep. So if you come see me, either buy me a cup of tea or inject some sort of stimulant or sugar into me, because I will need it.
Oh, hopefully they've got the donut stand there again. There was an epic donut stand there last time I went. That was.
This is the first time I've been going to go. I will be taking lots of pictures and all sorts of things. But yes, I'm very excited for it.
That sounds pretty cool. I can't really justify going, unfortunately, with having just done Lock and Load. Did I mention I did Lock and Load?
Free ticket!
Yeah.
I mean, I've got Welsh Masters, then Magic in July, so...
We still need to sort out accommodation for Welsh Masters, don't we?
We do.
Otherwise we're sleeping in Mike's tiny car. That doesn't seem like a good plan.
No, it's not.
To be fair, I've got somewhere I can sleep. I'll be alright.
Have you actually heard back?
I have heard back and I've been told I'm allowed to stay. So, but they've only got one spare room.
Awesome.
So. Cheers, John. Cheers, Anna.
But yes, if you do happen to come across me at UK Games Expo, you're more than welcome to come up and talk to me. I will probably try and sling you a demo or some sort of TT combat game. That's what I'm there for. If you see me off the clock, then I will talk all sorts of crap. It'll be lovely, but.
Mm-hmm. As I have to say, thanks to everyone who came over and said hi at Lock and Load as well. Because there was a few people who came over and said hi and said that they'd listened to us and enjoyed the podcast and everything. So that was kind of cool.
It made him feel very special.
I did. I looked very confused the first time. I'm sure I must have pulled quite a prize face. I was like, what's happening?
3 messages I got from Mazz over the weekend is, somebody recognised me. Why do people keep recognising me? And I felt like some sort of weird, like, proud uncle going, he's getting recognised. It'll fade in time.
Yeah. No, it was really cool. It was really nice to speak to people and hear that people are listening to us and whatnot. And I may have promised that we'll go over to Paris for a steamroller at some point. So, just...
J'adore fromage de biblioteca.
Exactly. You and your cheese library.
Yes.
My French is terrible, so we'll see. I need to work. I keep promising that I'll work on it because we do go on holiday to France. So I do need to work on it. So there we go. Help me out.
Just take a white flag. You'll be fine.
You're not supposed to be mean about people when they were really nice about us, all right?
I'm just mocking the culture. As somebody who's dated the French, I'm allowed to do that.
I see. So that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's coming from Robin, not the other two. Just
If he just disappears at this point, I'll just crop the video so he's not in there.
Not really joking. No, but yeah, no, it is nice to be recognised and loved.
Yeah.
Mazz did send me lots of messages saying that he was really happy that he got back.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. So, vampire bats.
yes,
I feel like that's
Yeah.
something we should probably talk about.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I like elven vampires. That's been pretty cool so far. And now we get the really old elven vampires. So, for those who don't know, Fane of Nyrro so a Fane is like a temple dedicated to each of the gods that the elves had. The Fane of Nyrro, after the gods left and went exploring Cain, they lied and said, our god came back and he's telling us to do this, and he's saying that we should be in charge and go over there and do this and build this. And then other elves were like, hang on a minute, has anyone actually seen him? Are they shitting with us? Turns out they were shitting with people, and the rest of the elves were quite upset, burnt down the temple and drove these people away, thinking that they destroyed them. So they've been in hiding for a few thousand years, and now that all of the rest of the elves are eldritch, like these guys are, they're like, well, we've been eldritch for longer, we're going to come back and take control, because now the Empire of Eternal Dusk is ours, it's our birthright, we're back, feeling good. And so we now have them in game. Dun, dun, dun. So they've released the 30-point command starter, which is the Executioner's Toll. They are very, very interesting as a faction. They're designed to play up front with their caster, so none of this, oh, am I just outside of kill box, just make sure I'm a millimeter outside of it. No. Am I in the face of my opponent? Am I slapping colossals with my bare hands?
I saw this. I was like, that's an interesting play style.
It's fascinating. So there's a couple of concepts to cover that allow them to do this. So there is a mechanic called hunger. So you build up hunger points, which you can then spend to activate abilities off of your warlock or in any eldritch within their control range. All of them have the ability Shadow Shift. When they are directly hit by an enemy attack, after that's been resolved, they can spend 3 hunger points, choose another friendly faction model within 4 inches. They then place in base contact with that chosen model, and then the chosen model is removed from play. You cannot reave Fury from a warbeast you remove from playing with that. So I'm glad they changed it to Shadow Shift and not, it was called Blood Shift originally, and I don't know, seemed a bit weird. Shadow Shift is a cooler name. So that's cool, and you start the game with 3 hunger points. So you start with one of these in the bag. So when you get hit, you teleport away.
So it's kind of like Essence for Infernos.
No, so they still use Fury, the same as other warlocks.
Oh.
Hunger is something you build up. So it's a completely separate resource that you build up over the course of the game by doing certain things. Different models have different ways of generating it. So it's the beasts generate hunger. Sorry, they do generate fury. More on their fury in a bit. So they generate hunger, and then the eldritch in the army can spend it. So High Scene, the Executioner, the first one we have, adds 3 more abilities. So she gets the teleport, the same as all leader models. Then she gets Deathly Repose. She can spend 1 point at the start of the maintenance phase to shake all continuous effects and shakeable effects. So that she doesn't have to spend Fury to do that. She can just spend a point of hunger to do that, which is nice. Murderous Impulse.
Useful.
For 2 hunger, she can, if she destroys an enemy model with a melee attack, she can have another attack. And she hits like a dump truck. She's power 16, but she's also got Storm Rager, so she's mat 10, power 18. And magical, and grievous wounds. So she's going to hit. But then on top of that, she also has Brutal Strike, which is for 7 hunger points. You gain Decapitation on their next melee attack. If she then destroys something with that, you get 3 hunger points back. So it's power 18 with Decapitation.
Goodbye, Colossals.
Well, I was chatting with Jamie and he mentioned that he'd seen her in playtesting charge one of the 80 mils and a Colossal that were both at full health and take them both in 1 round of combat.
Jeez.
That's hopefully be tuned down or something, because otherwise that's just what everybody's going to play for meta now.
I mean, she is beastly. Defense 15, armor 17. Her feat gives you +3 armor if you destroy something. And she can cast 1 spell for free. So she can Gallows or Deceleration. She's got Deceleration as well, which is great. So she's armor 19 against shooting. She's going to be really, really interesting. She's on a 40 mil base, unstoppable, undead, Pathfinder. She's got Dash to speed everyone up, Gallows to pull things in, and the aforementioned Storm Rager for +2 to a mat armor and melee damage rolls. So she's actually armor 19. And then
I'm actually looking at the model as well, and it looks like she's doing all of this in battle heels.
In battle heels with a massive sword that is bigger than her, that she wields in one hand.
Yeah.
So she seems really cool. You got the Fane Knights, which is the unit in there. So there's a new special rule appearing on these guys and other Eldritch, which is unbowed. So if they're within 10 inches of the faction Eldritch leader, it gains +3 armor. So kind of cool. And then brutal charge on their pole arms. So range 2, mat 7, power 11 on charge attacks. They are power 13. So on paper they don't sound anything particularly exciting, but she's got dash, puts them up to speed 6, defense 12, armor 16, armor 19 probably most of the time, and a nice little target to teleport back to. So
I'm just looking at the pictures you sent me over the weekend for all the stuff that got released. They look really weakly compared to her, with her just once handing the hefty sword.
Well, these guys with the big axes, yeah.
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 I've got a 2-handed, and she's just like, yep, in battle heels.
That's because she is the boss. Just like,
these guys kind of remind me of the House Guard.
Yeah.
Infantry.
They do. They've got a lot of that.
Yeah, they do.
They harken back to those quite nicely, I think. So, there are only 5. Interestingly, 5 boxes and not vampiric, which considering the Dreadguard are 8 boxes vampiric, I was kind of assuming they'd be similar. So, we'll see. I don't know whether they should be 8 boxes. I don't know, but they're only 6 points though, so they're cheaper than the Dreadguard, and in theory tougher because of that +3 armor. So interesting. I don't know. I'll see how they play out when I start putting them on the field. Then there's
Solo.
The Solo, who is gross. So unstoppable flying cavalry. 15 boxes, defense 13, armor 16. So his charging threat is 12 inches, which isn't as far as other cavalry. There's quite a few cavalry models that can go further. He has a nice little inbuilt combo here. So he's got armor piercing on the lance at power 10, critical freeze, so makes you stationary for 1 round, and he can only make 1 attack with the lance. It's a single shot for that round. So he's got no way in this of he has got a way of buying extra things, because the hunger abilities that High Scene gives out, he can use as well. Which means not only can he Murderous Impulse, so if he kills, he can buy another attack. He can Brutal Strike and get Decapitation on an armor-piercing weapon that can be power 12 because of Storm Rager and Mat 9.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So
no, thank you.
At power 12, he charges into your average heavy, drops it to armor 10 because of armor piercing. So he's rolling dice plus 2 doubled. And he's rolling 3 dice to hit because he's cavalry and boosted damage. So that's an average of 24 damage on the charge.
Politely, Mazz. No.
So I've got 2 of those.
You can return the boxes.
Yeah, all right. He does weigh in at 8 points, so it's a big investment. He's got 15 hit points, but def 13, armor 16. If he gets that critical freeze off, he's then got 2 power 15 shatter weapons, so potentially more damage output there. That guy is the damage output of that box.
Yeah.
He is busted. But it gets better.
Oh, wait. There's more.
There's more. Sybaris, or Sybaris. Sibby, I don't know what we're going to call him, but...
Sibs.
So his Animus, echolocation. While within 6 inches of this model, friendly faction models always have line of sight to enemy models that this model has line of sight to. So this guy pops his Animus and runs 12 inches, gets something in line of sight, and then that Strygon rider goes over the forest, past the building, across enemy troops because it can ignore them all because it's flying, and then goes, have the big stick in the face. Yeah.
And this is when I jump across the table saying, I have the big stick in the face.
I was going to say, I'm going to catch a stick in the face with that. So yeah, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. So it's quite squishy. So Sybaris, defense 14, armor 17. Bear in mind it's a heavy. So it's got high defense, low armor, 27 hitboxes, which is a little bit lower than average for a heavy. It's got the feast ability, so he can build up hunger. Now this is the trickier part with this list, is actually building up that hunger. So you need 7 points of hunger to fire the decapitation. He can gain 2 by killing an enemy model, and then he can also apply the torment continuous effect. So if you kill something and then hit 2 other things, the torment continuous effect works like other ones. So on a roll of dice in the maintenance phase, on a 1 or 2 it goes away. If it doesn't, it provides a hunger point. So
question, does it have to be living or undead or construct, or is it just anything to build hunger?
So anything that has torment on will build hunger, and the feast is any enemy model boxed with an attack. You remove it from play, and then the battle group controller, so High Scene, gains 2 hunger points. So building hunger in smaller games is going to be challenging. So to do those big swings, you're going to have to think about it carefully. But when you go into larger games, you're going to be running lots of beasts. So Sybaris then can also snatch and drag. So it's got 2-inch reach on its claws. If it hits a non-leader model with an initial melee, then after the attack is resolved, Cerberus can move 2 inches and then pull or push the enemy warlock directly towards where you've ended up. So you can kind of go in, grab it, and then move backwards and pull it into range of other things to charge it. Combined with echolocation, so you can then charge over walls and stuff. So that's handy. Also, as mentioned, running a lot of warbeasts. The Fury, it's got a Fury 5. It's also got a threshold of 5. So it's going to frenzy.
Yeah.
But when it frenzies, you can choose any non-leader enemy model within 10 of it to be the charge target instead of the closest model.
It's just dumb.
Yeah.
It is busted.
It's really interesting. I mean, you're losing its activation, you're losing all the fancy tricks and echolocation and things if you frenzy with this one. But you get to pick what it hits, and obviously Feast can then trigger to build hunger. So it's a trade-off. So one of the things that is special about the Fane is the beasts or the giant bat things want to frenzy, or you are not penalized as much for frenzying. So you can run a lot of beasts, use the beasts to build up your hunger, and then go in with the things like the Strygon Riders, the Fane Knights, and the Eldritch to then pick your targets, destroy things, and take the enemy army apart. It's a nice little symbiosis, and a lot of my lists I've got 4 or 5 beasts in it because they're, 1, quite cheap, and 2, you want them to build that hunger up to then capitalise on other things. So I can see me running lots of these.
Yeah. Ew, I think is the word.
Yeah, I mean that covers what's in the box for the command starter. So that's 30 points. Half of which is in Cerberus. He's 14 points by himself.
Yeah. I was just looking at the Vordak and the conditionings that you can give it. You can just give it feral.
Mm-hmm.
So when it frenzies, it can frenzy again.
So this is glorious for many ways. So you give it the alpha head, so it's got melee attack rolls against non-leader warrior models are boosted.
Yep.
Then you give it feral, rampant fury once per turn after this model frenzies. It immediately frenzies again. And that gives the Animus Bloodthirst, so the Spellcaster gets +2 speed on charges, which then Hysene gets that and can charge 8, 9, 10, 11, 13-inch threat on her. And then one of the 3 weapon sets, it's largely irrelevant. I quite like the Poisonous Talon, critical paralysis and poison, because you're going to be doing those 2 fully boosted attacks from frenzying. Like, you're hopefully going to get those criticals off. The Armor Talon gives a critical afflictor, so you're putting out the torment effect on criticals. So that's a pretty nice beast. And that's 11 points. So that's quite nice. But then there's more.
Oh wait, there's more.
Oh wait, there's more. So there is, under the Strygon, so the light, you can take the feral conditioning and give it the Animus Provoke. Target a friendly faction warbeast that has activated this turn. It immediately activates again and frenzies.
Oh, joy.
Yep. So you can provoke and set it off again. Obviously, it won't double frenzy the second time because
No.
that's once per turn. So, but you can trigger that frenzy when you want to, even after you've run in, spent 5 points doing everything, built it all up for its nastiness, and then trigger it to frenzy twice. So that's fun. The Strygons, so the Vordak generates 2 hunger when it kills something during its activation. Only during its activation, so it's a little bit trickier to do and build up. The Strygon, the lights only generate 1 hunger when they do that. You can give them a head, which gives them extra armor, and generates hunger when they are damaged, which you can then combine with the shield guard, blind obedience conditioning, and that gives it excessive healing as well, so that's quite fun, because who doesn't need an excessive healing shield guard?
It can also activate as normal after frenzying.
Yep. So if it frenzies and goes off and noms something, because it's, again, Fury 3, Threshold 3, so if you even leave 1 point on this, it's going to frenzy. I think they're going to be very interesting.
I think they're going to be a pain in the ass.
Well, it all sounds quite nasty, but then you realise that a lot of the time you can't pick your targets when you're frenzying.
No.
And you are telegraphing to your opponent. They can look at it and say, right, okay, well, you're not going to be able to pull that Fury off, so I know something's going to frenzy. So I think smart players are going to do the positioning right to pick what they want you to kill.
Yeah.
Was talking to Matt Hart about these, and he was saying it's great because you're probably getting the alpha strike off, but your opponent gets to decide what you are alpha striking.
Yeah.
And it's similar with the Kith Guard as well. Is they got the ambush, so they're gonna get that charge off, or they're gonna get the big hit off.
Yeah.
But because you know where their trapdoor markers are, you can kind of dictate what they're going to get hold of. So, and in fact, I did it to him. He popped out a unit of steelbacks in front of me, shot at something, and then I hyper-aggressived a wrecker into them. And then he was in melee with the wrecker, and that ends about as well as you would expect. Or was it the Malfesser? It might have been the Malfesser, actually, that went into them. But, yeah. Interesting stuff. I'm looking forward to these guys. I'm being able to play some bigger games. You guys are not looking forward to this, are you?
I'm just trying to think of what I've got at the moment that could counter it, apart from heavy fire with tanks. But
yeah, I mean,
even then, because none of your stuff shooting, I was going or throwing into close combat, which makes most of my stuff null and void.
yeah. So one of the things that was said, there's not a lot of shooting, and the shooting that there isn't doing damage. It's putting out the torment condition for the most part.
Yeah. I think my Infernals might have a good chance if the Essence survives.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way I could see it.
There's definitely playing. I mean, you can summon something and go, right, okay, well, I'm going to summon a chaff little monkey thing for you to frenzy into over there and take me off in that direction, so then I'm way out of position for the next turn. So, you know, you're going to be controlling where my beasts are going. They are all speed 7 and flying. So, and eyeless sight. So
is most of my Infernals is eyeless sight.
Yeah, there's a lot of eyeless sight around, isn't there? So ignoring stuff. Not that I have any particular need to ignore stealth and cloud effects and things, because I've not really got a lot of shooting. But I suppose it ignores stealth, concealment, ignores cloud effects, and it can never suffer blind either. So, which is one I always forget. I'm sure I've let people blind my eyeless sight things before, but
I know I have.
yeah, it doesn't come up very often, does it? So
No.
you can have that. There is a kind of shooting one, so you can have a spray 8 with critical slow, which drops the enemy down to a base defense of 5, and it's a power 10 corrosive spray, and then it can take the tamed conditioning, which gives it stealth and snipe or fast strike, so +3 range. You can have a range 11 spray, so that's not bad. And the light can have killing spree as well, but it's only power 12. So, I don't know. The big heavy as well, its main attacks, its biggest main attack is only power 15. That's as hard as it can hit.
So that's kind of like an average hit. But you can still buff it with other things that are to either come out or have come out already.
Yeah, there's some buffs that you can put out. I mean, I think Storm Rager is actually warrior model, isn't it? Yeah, it's warrior model, so you can't put Storm Rager on it. There's one head that can have a single shot per turn, power 18. But yeah, power 15 otherwise is the highest you're getting. And most heavies are 16 to 19 power on their main weapon. So it's not hitting as hard as any other heavy. It is, however, defense 13 and speed 7. So yeah. Oh, and it's just Fury 5, Threshold 4. So it's also going to always frenzy if you leave anything on it. Suppose you can leave 1 point on it and double. I think
Just
they're really interesting. Well, they're just very different to anything else that's out there, really, aren't they?
Well, that's it.
We've had fast flying beasts before in Legion, but they've all been like high power, high accuracy, one single target killing thing. These are kind of really good for chomping through infantry.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing in that list that's going to deal with an enemy heavy is either your Warlock or the Solo. I think everything else is going to struggle to get through a heavy, so we'll see. It's going to require some tactical thinking and some precision play, I think, for that.
Much thinking.
The Snatch and Drag on Sybaris doesn't have a base size limitation as well, so obviously can't be dragged. But one thing that caught me out in my game against Gumbjorn was completely forgetting that he's on an 80mm base. Therefore, Subduers and Malfeasor couldn't drag him forward.
They cannot.
No. So, but Sybaris can. Well, not him specifically because he's a leader model, but you know, they can drag super heavies around. Because why wouldn't you want to bring Deathjack closer? So that I can poke it with my big Strygon riding stick.
Ew.
So yeah, Fane of Nyrro, interesting stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. There's a lot to take in as well.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot of new things in there.
Yeah.
I feel like they're very different. Oh, I didn't mention the Prophet, who grants Ashen Veil and has Grim Returns. So
Ashen Veil's a good one. We like Ashen Veil.
I know you like
Grim
Ashen Veil.
Returns is also useful.
So yeah,
It is.
Fane Knights are essentially defense 14, armor 19, which makes them pretty tanky.
Only at shooting. Ashen Veil's only for shooting. That's more armor for against shooting.
So they get concealment, so they get the +2 defense. And then enemies without resistance to fire, living enemies without resistance to fire, suffer -2 to attack rolls while within 2 inches of the model.
Oh.
So it works on melee as well. But
yeah,
only if they're within 2 inches of this guy. So, you know, he's kind of got to be at the front, really, to do it. But
Yeah.
oh, so all the models in the unit gain Ashen Veil. Sorry, it's not just him. So
it's a good rule. I love that rule.
yeah, no, he's solid. He's going to be interesting. He currently has an arcane stat of 17 and no defense, but they've just it's supposed to be defense 12, armor 17, but he's got speed, armor, and arcane. I'm sure that will get fixed at some point.
Arcane 17? Who? Yeah.
So perfectly reasonable. All he needs is a offensive spell, and then he can just be alright. Always hit. But I don't know. I think they're interesting. I think so far they're fairly unique in their playstyle. I think the new abilities aren't overly complicated, but they've had quite a nice little layer. I'm going to design some little hunger tokens, but I can quite easily see building up sort of 15 to 20 of those in a game.
Just get like a small pile of snacks.
Yeah.
And every time you use a hunger token, you eat the snack.
I'm okay with
I think I've actually still got from Marvel Ultimate Heroes, the tabletop game, the Crisis Core, sorry, the little taco trays from Deadpool. So if you want those, use the tokens. You want one too.
Yes. Little taco trays, that's what I need. Tiny little tacos of hunger. All right. I'm going to get involved. Yes. Any closing thoughts on that, guys?
It needs to be about fire.
That's Menoth in
If I didn't
October.
say it before, you.
Yeah. The damage output is great for a lot of stuff, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Cool. So, if you want to get a closer look at the models, there'll be a card at the end of this with a link to the unboxing video that I did, so you can give that a look. In fact, I'll try and put it around here somewhere. Then, if there's anything you think we missed, sound off in the comments, give us a shout. If you're looking forward, if you bought them already, if you pre-ordered, let us know what you've ordered. See what you're looking at running and what setups you're looking to use on your beasts. And, yeah. Thanks for listening to us waffle for a little bit.
Oh, excuse me.
No, I will not excuse you.
That's made me all sleepy.
So
Yes, enjoyed waffling. Please remember that we have got links in the description towards our Discord and the Patreon.
Yep.
Because every little helps. If you're not a follower already, do click the like and follow buttons just to... Because if you don't want... Hey, you don't have to follow us on the Patreon. You can make YouTube give us stuff, because every follower kind of helps towards that.
We're getting close to 250 subs, so click the little bell.
6 away.
Yep. Subscribe, let's hit the 250. That's something I'm sure will happen miraculous, but yeah, it'd be cool.
And we will store it like we did our 50th episode.
Yep. And we'll remember 2 weeks later. Cool. Alright everyone, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.